Reminiscent of the Cold War, Russia has alarmed the West by deploying nuclear-capable submarines in America's backyard. This provocative action has heightened tensions, drawing parallels to the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. Our next report tells you why many believe the West is to blame equally for this inflaming action by Russia.
Now, decades later, tensions are at a boiling point once again, with Russia sending a nuclear-powered submarine to Cuba, America's backyard. The Russian naval group, including the frigate Gorshkov and nuclear-powered submarine Kazan. Admiral Gorshkov is the first Russian Navy warship to operationally deploy the new Zircon hypersonic cruise missiles. The Russian flotilla will visit the port of Havana between June 12 and 17. Cuba, a key ally of the former Soviet Union during the Cold War, insists that none of the ships carry nuclear weapons and that their stopover does not represent a threat to the region. However, the strategic message Moscow is sending is clear and loaded with implications. The latest Russian deployment near Cuba comes amid escalating tensions between Moscow and the West over the war in Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced the deployment of weapons close to Western nations. Now, Russia's state TV has aired a map showing locations including Mexico, Cuba, Venezuela, Iran, and Yemen, where Putin plans to send missiles. Moscow's aggressive stance follows NATO countries' decision to send military aid to Ukraine, including long-range missiles and authorized strikes within Russian territory. Ukraine claims that for the first time it hit a latest generation Sukhoi 57 fighter jet at an airbase inside Russia. As NATO continues to supply Ukraine with increasingly potent weapons, including the authorization of strikes within Russia, Putin seems to be determined to match escalation with escalation. The world watches, hoping that, like in 1962, cooler heads will prevail. But in this new era of brinkmanship, the margin for error is perilously thin.